Dr. Golomb's report, Diplomats' Mysterious Illness and Pulsed Radiofrequency Microwave Radiation, published in the Neurocomputation Journal, is available. The report is very interesting to read. I recommend that anyone interested in this topic obtain a copy and read it. Apart from the aspects of the diplomat situation being discussed, there is also a good summary of what was known many years ago about the Frey effect, or microwave hearing, as well as discussion of the health effects of the diplomats were experiencing. It's a good discussion of the experiences of many, such as myself, that suffer from electromagnetic hypersensitivity. Approximately half of the 63-page paper is references to primarily published scientific papers, a total of 656 references. If anyone has doubt about the concerns of biological harm caused by electromagnetic radiation and wishes to say there is no consistent evidence, I suggest taking the time to look at these papers. The discussion of the Frey effect is of particular interest to me. I know it is real and have heard it when I received a large dose of radiation while operating a telerometer, which is an early form of electronic distance measuring device, in 1972, while surveying for the provincial government. At that time I could hear it, and was surprised my partner could not. We tested my hearing of it by my ability to tell him when the unit was on or off. Neither of us would have guessed at that time that 30 years later I would have a 12-hour operation to remove an acoustic neuroma tumor caused by my working with the unit. The first published reports of the diplomats' experience were very much reminded me of my experience while surveying. Since my experience, I have followed much of the information available about the Frey effect. Unfortunately, around the time of my exposure, Dr. Alan Frey stopped doing research in the area of microwave hearing, partly due to his concern that radiation of an intensity enough to cause the effect was doing biological harm to his subjects. The research was funded by the U.S. Navy. It is not particularly believable they or other branches of the military have not developed and on occasion used similar weapons, often called directed energy weapons, capable of what is called soft kills, a process of covertly murdering the victim slowly and silently using directed energy weapons on others. An interesting summary of the subject is Alan Frey, Awakening America, Organized Stalking, a True American Crime. The reference list does include some Dr. Frey papers and also the work of Dr. Leif Salford of Sweden, whom some have suggested is currently the most active researcher continuing Dr. Frey's pioneering work on the blood-brain barrier. Dr. Frey also reported that microwaves could induce leakage in the barrier between circulatory systems and the brain.